In ancient Thai tradition, when a person passes away, it is customary to place a gold coin or ancient currency into the mouth of the deceased. This is known as Ngoen Pak Phi, or the ghost money. It is believed to be the fee for the spirit to pay the toll-keeper of the underworld, ensuring a safe passage to the afterlife. But for a man named Thong, a desperate gambler drowning in debt, the coin in a corpse's mouth was not for the spirits. It was his only ticket out of trouble. Our story takes place in a quiet village where a wealthy man named Ken had just passed away. The funeral was grand, and as per tradition, the undertaker placed a solid gold coin into Ken's mouth before moving the coffin to the temple's pavilion, waiting for cremation the next day. That night, the temple was deathly silent. The wind rustled through the dry leaves, creating an eerie atmosphere. Driven by greed and the fear of his debt collectors, Thong decided to sneak into the temple grounds. Holding a single flickering candle, he crept into the pavilion. The candlelight cast long, dancing shadows against the walls, revealing the majestic teak coffin standing in the center. The smell of incense, mixed with the faint scent of decay, filled the air. Thong gathered his courage and pried open the heavy coffin lid. Creak. Inside lay the body of Old Man Ken, pale and stiff. His eyes were shut tight. Thong's hands trembled as he reached for the corpse's jaw. The body had already gone into rigor mortis. He had to use all his strength to pry the mouth open. A sickening crack echoed through the silent room as the jawbone snapped. Finally, the mouth opened, revealing the gold coin glittering on the purple, swollen tongue. "Forgive me, old man," Thong whispered. "I'm just borrowing it. When I'm rich, I'll make merit for you." He snatched the coin, shoved it into his pocket, closed the lid, and ran into the darkness, overjoyed with his loot. He didn't know that the owner of the coin did not agree to the loan. Thong returned home and jumped onto his bed, placing the gold coin on his headboard before falling into an exhausted sleep. But in the middle of the night, the air in his room, usually hot and humid, suddenly turned freezing cold. Thong woke up with a start. Then he heard it. Thump, thump, thump. The sound of heavy, dragging footsteps circling his house. The village dogs, usually loud and aggressive, fell completely silent, as if cowering before something unholy. The dragging sound got closer and closer until it stopped right in front of his bedroom door. The doorknob slowly turned. The door creaked open, and a gust of wind blew out his candle, plunging the room into darkness. In the shadows, Thong saw a large, looming figure standing at the foot of his bed. The stench of rotting flesh filled the room, making him gag. The figure slowly walked towards him, and as the moonlight hit his face, Thong screamed inside his mind. It was Ken, but his face was twisted in agony. His mouth was ripped wide open, stretching to his ears, blood dripping down onto his shirt, the result of Thong prying his jaw. The ghost stared at Thong with bulging, angry eyes and reached out with a decaying hand to choke him. A raspy, hollow voice echoed from deep within his throat. "Give it back." Thong struggled, trying to pry the cold fingers off his neck, but the ghost's grip was like iron. He opened his mouth, gasping for air, trying to beg for his life, but no sound came out. The last thing he saw was the horrific face of Ken leaning closer and closer. The next morning, villagers found Thong dead in his bed. His eyes were wide open in terror, his hands clutching the bedsheets. But what shocked everyone was what they found in his mouth.
Shoved deep inside Thong's throat was a rusty old coin. As for the gold coin, when the undertaker opened the coffin at the temple, he found it resting peacefully in Ken's mouth, exactly where it had been, as if it had never been touched. This story serves as a grim reminder. Greed can drive men to do the unthinkable. But remember, some things belong to the dead, and some owners will cross the boundary of death to take back what is theirs.